Chapter 5. Teeny wee Clare couldn't believe her eyes when she saw such wealth. "There is a mark on the handle of your toilet than in the whole of my tiny little cottage," she said, and she was happy to think that one day it could all belong to her. She quickly set about making herself at home, covering his shelf with tiny little knickknacks. Moldylocks wasn't happy with tiny wee Clare. He soon discovered that 1. She was only big enough to chop twigs. 2. She grew the daisies in its alcove. 3. The cakes she baked were the size of sugar lumps. 4. She was too small to make the bed. 5. He kept losing her. When she nearly drowned it running his bath, Moldylocks had enough. "Tiny wee Clare," he said the next morning, "I do not want you for my wife. You must go down the beanstalk and never come back again." Tiny wee Clare squeaked and squealed and burst into tears, but Moldylocks would not change his mind. So she went down the beanstalk, which took a very long time, and they cried all the way back home. Chapter 6. A few weeks later, Moldylocks was playing carpet borrow with his gold coin when she said to his hand, "I am going to have one last try at finding a wife." "Cluck, bird," said the hen as she laid another egg. The giant put on his very, very best clothes, shoved himself, which was possibly a mistake, slid down the beanstalk and set off along the road. He stomped straight through the village, across the old bridge into the woods, and past the first 2 cottages. When he reached the medium-sized cottage, he was pleased to see smoke billowing from the chimney. The garden was mostly decking with a few bushes dotted about, which smelled of roasting. The meat came through the window. "Who needs cake if there is a rose on the offer?" he grinned. Moldylocks knocked on the door. After a few moments, it was opened by a not too tall, not too short, not too fat, not too thin woman. "Can I help you?" she asked. Moldylocks stared at her and was pleased with what he saw. "I am Moldylocks," he said. "I live in an enormous castle and have riches beyond your wildest dream. I am looking for a wife." "I am medium-sized Clare," said the woman. "I have heard all about you from my sister, but I like to make up my own mind about things. I will come with you and see how we get on." Moldylocks delighted. Apart from anything else, medium-sized Clare was much better looking than her sister. He took her gently by the hand and led her back to his castle. Chapter 7. Medium-sized Claire didn't believe her eyes when she saw a giant scold. "You have all the riches in the world," she said. "What can I do to make you happy?" Moldylocks gave her a very long list. "I will do all those things for you with pleasure," said the medium-sized Claire. She pushed her ass through the waiting for the giant to say something in return. "Good," was all that said. "That was I like to hear." Over the next few weeks, the medium-sized Claire chopped the wood and cooked and cleaned and laid fires and trimmed the beanstalk. She didn't snore and she didn't pluck hairs from her chin. She didn't grow the things in its teacups, and she didn't keep getting lost. She made the best porridge Moldylocks has ever tasted in its life, and she made the bed so well that he slept like a tree trunk. Moldylocks was so happy that one morning he said to his aunt, "Medium-sized Claire is the perfect wife for me. I am going to marry her." "Cluck, burr," said the hen as she laid another egg. Moldylocks found medium-sized Claire standing at the top of the beanstalk, gazing down to the ground below. "Medium-sized Claire," he said, "you know how to make me happy. I will have you as my wife." Medium-sized Claire looked at him in astonishment. "Giant Moldylocks," she said, "I would be your wife if you gave me all the gold in the world. Not once have you asked me what you can do to make me happy. Not once have you lifted a finger to help me. Not once have you said thank you. I would rather be poor for the rest of my days than stay hurt with you." With that, she slid down the beanstalk. Moldylocks bellowed and bowled and thundered around, but medium-sized Claire didn't even look back. After one last hour of anger, the giant stomped back into the castle, sat down in the front of his gold, and began to count it. "Bah!" he growled. "What is a wife anyway?" "Cluck, burr," said the hen, and she laid another egg. The end.